It's me, Renee. I'm back. And this is going to be a November TBR. Mainly it's going to be non-fiction, though I'm going to try, sorry. It's not unlikely I'll read some fiction here and there, but the non-fiction is just non-fiction November. It's kind of like more, I'm going to do a thing with it. And then the fiction will come when it comes like, I suppose I'm thinking I might use fiction that's kind of based on historical events, like historical fiction and stuff like that. Might do that. I have a few of those. Or I just might just pick up what I fancy, really. I don't know yet. We'll see. But yeah, for my non-fiction, which is gonna be like the main of the things you see in this video, I'm gonna do like Anna and the Bookshelves did, which is, and also, I've been so moody lately, like with book reading. So like having a specific set TBR is kind of difficult. So I'm just gonna show you all my non-fiction TBR. My non-fiction unread books. Though I'm saying all. One of them I have started but I can't find, but it's somewhere. So it's just one or two books that's not here. So yeah, most of them are here. And let's start. So yeah, any of these are possibility I'll read. A few of these are thinner, so probably in a way easier to start and read. But maybe I'll read a thick book. Might be. But let's just get to it. I guess, lots of books. First we have What Doesn't Kill You Makes You Blacker by Damon Young. And this is a essay collection about being black in the United States. It came out this year, 2 years ago, this year. Blah, 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 blah. It came out pretty recently. I think it came out this year, might be last year, but I think, pretty recently. So it's current, and let's move on. Then we have The Untold Lives of a Woman Who Killed by Jack the Ripper by Hallie Rubenhold. It's been all over non-fiction booktube. Some of my friends on booktube have read this and love it. I started it back for the History Challenge. I didn't get far, but I have started slightly. Like I read the first. Let me see. I read like the first paragraph or like first page, so I just barely started. But yeah, this is an option. Then we have A Marvelous Life, a biography of Stanley by Danny Fingeroff. This I also started as well. I had a bookmark. This one. I did a boo-boo. I dog-eared. I dog-eared books. But at like page 120, and it is 300 pages around there. So I'm enjoying it so far. Just kind of have put it aside. So I suppose, in a way, maybe it's easier for me to finish books I started. So this is likely, but then again, I might pick up something else. Don't know. But then we have Why Visit America by Matthew Baker, a complete new book from this year about essays about America, and it's satirical in the title, like Why Visit America. It's more like it's essays on how screwed up America is. Also, America being United States, but yeah. And then we have Murder, She Wrote, a book about the woman who pioneered horror and speculative fiction. So it's kind of like a story non-fiction book about authors and what inspired them, and stuff like that. And then we have The Good News. Good News. Why the World is Not as Bad as You Think by Rashmi Shripanda. So it's a book with lots of pictures. But it's a good thing to remind us of things are not all bad. Sometimes some things are being improved upon. And yeah, not a huge book, so might pick up this one. Well, I say something like I might pick up this one. I might pick up all of them, but yeah. Then we have Walt Disney, the biography by Neil Gabler. I really like Walt Disney. I really like Disney, so it will be interesting to read about the man behind the company. And yeah. Princesses Behaving Badly by Linda Rodriguez McRobbie. So this is a collection of biographies of people around the world. So it's real stories from history without the fairy tale endings. So like often it ends badly, but like impressive lives of people, of females, and love me some feminist or female history. And then we have Who Ate the First Oyster? Extraordinary people behind the greatest first in history. Love this kind of nonfiction of history and things, how things started. A very curious mind. So yeah. Now we have why this is here? It's not. Sorry, I'm gonna put it away because it's not nonfiction. Then we have Confessions of a Bookseller by Elizabeth Green. So I work in a bookstore, so this is probably gonna be quite interesting and entertaining and relatable. It's kind of chunker, but yeah, it's stories from a bookstore, real life stories. So yeah, if you kind of want me to read one book more than the other, if you want me to do a video on one of these books, please tell me, and I'll try to do it. This one also started, A Little History of Archaeology by Brian Fager. I've got like 2-3 pages into it, but I started slightly, and I'm enjoying it, and yeah, might pick it up more. It smells a bit weird, but I don't think it's. I don't know. Then we have Water Drops by Paul Anthony Jones. So this is a book about the etymology behind words in the English language. And etymology means like why words are words. Words. Like why something, like why the word for table is table. Like is it from Greek? Is it from Latin? Is it because like the prefix or the infix and stuff like that? Actually, it started slightly, and so far I'm finding a bit dry. So that's slightly why I haven't picked it up more. But it's not long, so I suppose I might pick it up. I mean, it's not like narrative. It's just like one word and then the etymology behind it. Sometimes it's long, sometimes it's shorter. So I suppose it's an easy book to get to. Like if I just want to read a bit, like if I can't concentrate but want to read something, I can pick up this one. And then we have, you know what, moment. The Last Word on Frank Sinatra by George Jacobs and William Stadium. So I really like George. I really like George. Well, it's George people I like, but yeah, I really like Frank Sinatra. So this is a biography of him, and I haven't read a biography of him before. So yeah. And then we have this book, Where There's a Will, There's a Way. But all I really need to know, I learned from Shakespeare by Laurie Manguin, PhD. So it's a non-fiction book about Shakespeare. And this seems to be interesting. Not long, and yeah. And then we have the Oxford Book of Theatrical Anecdotes. This one I actually started slightly. I'm 13 pages into it. Some of the anecdotes are quite long, but yeah, it's a huge book. I'm probably thinking I might not like read all of the anecdotes because some of them like not that interesting. But like if I'm interested in some aspect of it, I might read it. And yeah. Book Nerd, which is just small book about like things, bookish words and stuff like that. And yeah, I suppose hardly counts as a book, but it's a book with some pages and some words, so it does count. And yeah, dear reader, The Comfort and Joy of Books by Kathy Reitzenbrink. So this is the essay collection of the love of reading and why reading is important and why reading gives us joy. So yeah. Then we have Dishonesty is the Second Best Policy by David Mitchell. This is a collection of essays that he's written. This one came out this year, pretty recent. And we have Sure I'll Be Your Black Friend by Ben Phillippe. So it's an essay collection for adults. Ben Phillippe's first adult book. And yeah, I really like essays, and this will be intriguing, I think. And then we have Babin, Around the World in 20 Languages by Gaston Doran. I really like the other book that I'm reading by him at the moment. So, yeah. Give me a little moment. I'm just going to see. Move some books. But yeah, then we have Purpose of Power, How to Build Movements for the 21st Century by Alicia Garza, who's one of the persons behind the Black Lives Matter movement organization. And I read the other book by the other. I'm completely blanking on. But I read one of the other Black Lives Matter biographies a few months ago. Really enjoyed it. So I'm thinking this will be good as well. And yeah. And then we have En Sortegreven, or in English it's blah blah blah, The Black Count, so it's directly translated. And this is a story about Napoleon's rival and actually the inspiration behind the Count of Monte Cristo, because he was a real life person and he was half African. So yeah, you have that. I've had this for actually, I think maybe 3 years now, quite a few years, and I've kind of wanted to read it for more. So hopefully I pick it up now. If not, yeah, it's a book I still kind of interested to read. So yeah. Then we have Reading Aloud, True Stories of Curious Incidents from a Provincial Library. So yeah, it's Anecdotes for Library, which just seems very cool. Ayoade in Top by Richard Ayoade. This is his biography, but it's also about him talking about the View from the Top, the movie with Gwyneth Paltrow. So it's a mix of like talking about the movie, but talking about himself. And yeah, I just love Richard Ayoade. So yeah, can't wait to get this one. Another David Mitchell book. Thinking About It Only Makes It Worse, which is another essay book about life and things he thinks about. And yeah. And then we have I'm Only in It for the Parking by Lost Voice Guy. It's a biography of this comedian. He's a comedian who doesn't have his own voice. He has like a voice helper. So he pre-records his comedian and then clicks on play, and then yeah, does his thing. I'll link one of his stand-ups down below, and clips from him down below, and yeah. And then we have the Ultimate Disney Book Quiz. Oh, I suppose, yeah, this is non-fiction, but can I read this for non-fiction month? I mean, can you read a quiz book and count it as like I get essays and like other stuff, but like quiz books, it's non-fiction, but it's not like a book you read like in one go. What's the rules for quiz books? Can someone tell me? Anyway, I own it now, so yeah, it's here. We do also like non-fiction books I own, but I'm gonna show some library books. So yeah, Belle, A True Story with Dido Bell by Paula Byrne. So this was made into a movie a few years ago. Oh yeah, it's a true story of a real life person. True story, of course. Uh, which yeah, she lived in high society, but because of her being half black, well, her mom being African, she was raised by her grandparents in England, but she had to eat with the servants, and yeah, there was a lot of iffy stuff with her life, sadly, and she was kind of between two, like a rock and a hard place between African and English and this and that, and yeah, I've seen the movie. I didn't really know at the time that it had a book, and yeah, so I have the book as well. Women don't poop and Other Lies. So this is a book debunking myths around toilets, uh, toilet routines, and yeah, it's just a short book. It's kind of like picture and then like a paragraph or like paragraph talking, like yeah, paragraph and facts and stuff. And yeah, like I'll definitely read this because it's just so short. And yeah, all the books I own, more or less. As I said, I have one up there, but yeah, I'll show it in another video. And I have one more, which I can't let me figure out where it is. But it's just two books. But yeah, I do have some library books that I'm gonna show you. You know what? One moment. I'm back. So actually, all of these are in Norwegian, but they're interesting things. So, and I'm planning to read them, mostly because they're library books. So, kind of, if I didn't borrow them, why would I read them? But yeah, the first is Antikken på trykken, which is basically a book that you can read quickly about the ancient Greece and like ancient philosophers of Greece. So it gives you a quick set into yeah, it gives you a quick look into the ancient Greece. So like both like people who made a democracy, the philosophers, the first people who made theater plays, etc., etc. It's just a completely new book, a Norwegian book. I suppose might be out in English like next year, I think, because it's an interesting topic. Probably might be other English books about something similar. But yeah, as of now, it's just out in Norwegian. Sorry. Then we have Hvorfor har vi ikke president i Norge? Of the two andre ting du lurer på om politikk. Why? So that means, why don't we have a president in Norway? So it's a book for kids about politics. And yeah, I couldn't really say it claims to be a kid. Like, I'm almost 30, actually. But there's a lot of things about politics I don't really understand. And this just kind of seemed like an interesting read to like get some more insight and some fun pictures. So yeah. And then we have Vivian Westwood's biography. This is actually in English. And yeah, I read some of these biographies uh, earlier this year, and I enjoy them. So yeah. And then we have the biography of Kim Friele, who's a Norwegian activist for LGBTQ rights. I'm not quite sure if she, because actually I know Kim is a girl name, but yeah, I'm not actually sure uh, if she, no, sorry, but yeah, I'm not actually sure if she has like a job. Well, she probably has a job. Like she's most famous for being activist. I'm thinking her job is a journalist. I'll probably learn it from reading the book, but yeah. Then we had Dømte kvinner, illustrert Christian Krogh Sørensen. So this is about females in Norway. I think it's just, about Norwegian female criminals. Just a short read on like 65 pages, so it's not long at all. But yeah, interesting little read. So yeah, that, my dear friends, is my nonfiction TBR pile. And as like for the fiction for the month, I have books I might pick up. I don't really know which one I'll pick up. I actually have some have some books I've bought from the library that are fiction, so I might use one of those. Well, probably will read some of those. And yeah, if you have any thoughts on any of these, please tell me, and I'll see you soon. Also, like regarding to like the prompts, I haven't really thought like specific about like the prompts. Like they are pretty vague, so I'm probably sure a lot of them I can use like if I want to. But I mean, the prompts you can use them if you want. You don't really have to use them. So yeah, bye.